Software engineers often ask me this question. If they are a full stack engineer or a front end or back end engineer, can they transition into a full stack generative AI engineer? And the second question is whether they need to learn more than just back end or full stack engineering. And the answer to both the question is yes. Let me explain. Having an experience in development, whether in front end, back end, as well as full stack engineering, does not limit you in becoming a generative AI engineer, but instead it empowers you to become a better generative AI engineer. Like most people in Gen AI right now are directly jumping into learning generative AI frameworks, tools, technologies, but that's not the right way, my friend. It's actually a one small part of becoming a generative AI engineer. You have to have a holistic understanding of building generative AI system before you are able to single-handedly build an entire system on your own. So in today's video, I will be taking you step by step process of how to become an AI engineer that can actually build complex agentic systems like this. Now let's have a reality check here. If you are a full stack engineer, you have already understanding of one programming language, one front-end framework, back-end framework, databases, SQL, system design, and programming, and using open source libraries, tools, and technologies as well. This, my friend, is a great boost in becoming a generative AI engineer. So let's break it down step by step of how to become a generative AI engineer. Welcome to another episode of Sambhav Labs, where we teach you how to build agentic systems. If you are interested, you can press the hype button below or you can like and subscribe. Moving on. So the first thing that you need to do is to build your understanding about AI and the technology that you're dealing with, the large language model. The best way is to learn about how LLMs work internally. I'm talking about the tokens, context, the temperature of LLM, all these concepts you need to learn. Like many things I do in life, I do it without reading a manual. But in becoming an exceptional AI engineer, you need to get past that habit and try to learn the internals of LLMs before you start building an AI agent. Second thing is master the art of conversation with LLMs. I'm talking about prompt engineering here. Your LLM that you are using is as good as the prompts you provide to the LLM. So it's exceptionally important to learn this particular field, the prompt engineering. Here in prompt engineering, you will use several frameworks like chain of thoughts, zero shot, few shots, and other things. And the third thing is you need to learn about all the functionalities and tooling that are provided by the LLM providers like Gemini, Anthropic, OpenAI. Look, many of the developers who built generative AI agents, I see most of their implementations are filled with hand-coded functionality which is already present in that particular model itself, built right into it. The problem is the developer didn't had the understanding of the existence of that particular thing, and that made the difference. It's always better to use the built-in functionality rather than building one of your own from scratch. Alright, by the end of this section, you will have gained a holistic understanding of LLMs, how LLM APIs work, and what are all the features and functionalities of LLMs. Moving on to the second point is to learn about generative AI specific patterns. Now, if you have read about LLM architectures, you will soon realize that LLMs in itself do not have a brain of them. It's actually spilling out text based on the similarity search that it has made by ranking all the text in the world. There is nothing wrong in it until it goes completely haywire after having a long conversation with LLM. This is where RAG pipelines come in. RAG pipeline helps to structure the output as well as give context to your prompts. You can consider RAG as a thinking brain for your LLM. In building a RAG pipeline, you need to learn about retrievals, embeddings, chunking, and other things. Next, you need to learn about vector databases because RAG pipelines are incomplete without having a vector database. Think of it as this way. If your RAG pipeline is like a thinking brain, then vector database is like memory brain for your AI agents. You have couple of popular options here as well. You need to learn about ChromeDB, Pinecone, or you can learn about Weaviate as well. Then you need to learn about how to make your AI agent execute some task in the real world. You have given the thinking ability to your AI agent. that's fine, but it's of no use if it is not able to automatically execute tasks. And here is where your LangChain or other AI agent frameworks come in. LangChain can help your AI agent perform actions as well as read, chunking data, and other sort of things for the AI agent. So here, gaining a good understanding of LangChain is very important as well. And finally, like most things in software engineering, if you have built an AI software or any kind of software, 40% is the development part and 60% is the maintenance. In AI agents also, after the significant development phase is over, you have to learn to maintain as well as evaluate your AI agent as well to continuously improve upon it. Here you need to learn about how to evaluate AI using LLM as a judge or defining unit test for testing your LLMs. By the end of this phase, you will have a holistic understanding of how to ingest unstructured real-world data from PDFs and other file sources, build up your agentic memory, as well as retrieve and store answers from your LLM. This is a great leap towards building your agentic AI system. Moving on to the third point is building agentic systems. Here you have to learn about tool or function calling, where you need to provide LLM with API access and other access to the functionality of your application. Next, you need to learn about agentic loops like plan, act, observe and repeat. Then you need to also learn about LangGraph or AutoGen, whichever you prefer, in order to build a multi-step agent. And finally, you need to learn more about context and memory, like short-term memory or long-term memory for your AI agents. By the end of this section, you will have a complete understanding of building something advanced level which is actually usable in real world. And finally, my friend, you need to learn how to ship and integrate like a full stack engineer. This is where the people who already had past experience as a full stack engineer has an upper hand. You need to learn about fast API to serve AI as an API. You need to also learn how to communicate with other agentic systems using MCP servers. Then you should have also a solid understanding of how to stream responses to the client using SSE or WebSockets. Then you need to also have understanding of cost and latency tuning, how to use caching, how to select models or route different models based on the use cases. And finally, you need to have observability like logging prompts or monitoring outputs. By the end of this phase, you will have a holistic understanding of how to build, deploy, and ship your AI products, your AI agents to the customer. So that's it for today's episode by Sambhav Labs. Do hang around for more videos on AI agents like this.